So I started this grand plan of trying to pick a theme for my June reading TBR. It turned out to be all the sci-fi books on my TBR shelf, which is 15. So this could get interesting. Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to bring you my June TBR because this month I am actually going to go for a TBR. I worked out that I have 15 science fiction books on my TBR shelves, or at least 15 main science fiction books on my TBR shelves, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to read them this month because I've been picking up everything except science fiction and I have these books, I really want to read them, I'm going to make time. And I'm actually going to tie this in with the Emojiathon readathon that's going on for the whole month of June. So that's as far as I know, it's a readathon that covers the entire month, and you only have to pick 4 challenges, and the challenges are all the little emojis that you can get on your phone. And I've tied some of these books into that, so hopefully I meet those challenges. Those are the ones that I'm really going to try and get through, and I picked more than 4, and then I'll show you the rest of the books that are hopefully going to be read this month. As usual, I don't know too much about the books, so don't expect in-depth summaries. I'll just show them because otherwise this will turn into a really long video, and no one wants that. Okay, the first emoji that I'm going to pick is the little heart eyes emoji, and that is for pick a book that you bought because of its cover, and for that I'm going to pick Starflight by Melissa Landers. I had heard a little bit about this when I first picked it up, but it was mostly the gorgeous cover that drew me in because it's gorgeous and shiny, and I mean, who doesn't have hard eyes about this? The next emoji is the happy thoughts emoji. I don't know, I'll try and pop it on the screen. That's the only way I can describe it. The challenge is to pick a book that makes you happy just thinking about it, and that is Three Body Problem by Sixen Liu, which I don't know why it makes me happy because it should probably actually make me feel terrified, but it is a Chinese science fiction novel translated into English, and I've heard really good things about it, and I've been meaning to pick this up for absolutely ages. I think I saw it recommended on Sam from Thoughts on Tome's channel, and I'm going to read it this month. I'm just going to get it done. The next emoji is a little robot, and the challenge is to pick a futuristic or sci-fi book, and for that I'm going to pick up Leviathan Wakes by James A. Corey, which is the first book in the Expanse trilogy. And when I hauled this last month, I believe I spoke about how I'd started binge watching The Expanse on Netflix, and now I really want to read the book and just find out what's going on. The next one is the little baby emoji, and that is to pick a 2016 or a 2017 release, and for that I'm going to pick up The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid because I've had this book sitting on my shelf for ages and I just want to get through it. There's been mixed reviews about this book, but I just want to read it. I want to see how I feel about it, and it's time. It is time. Then I think there's the little stressed out guy, and I think this is for the book that you have been anticipating, and that is Thrawn by Timothy Zahn, and this is part of the Star Wars Expanded Universe, or the new Expanded Universe, or whatever you want to call it. And I love the original Thrawn trilogy. I'm just so excited to get some backstory on him, and I have been anticipating this for a while, so yay! There is a little clock emoji, and I believe that is for a challenge to read a book in under 24 hours, which may or may not happen. However, I'm going to try and read Lifespan of Starlight by Talia Kalipsakis. I don't know why I can never say that name. I've tried to say it so many times, so I apologise so much to the author, but I did receive this in a Goodreads giveaway. It is young adult, and it should be a pretty quick and easy read. And I think if I can put aside a weekend just to sit down and plow through it, I will get through it in 24 hours or less. Then there are the little eye emoji things, and that is for a book that you see everywhere, and that is Card the Mark by Veronica Roth. And I know there are a lot of issues with this book on BookTube and in general. I have not read it yet. I have heard good things from some people, quite negative things from other people. I see it everywhere. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to form my own opinion, and that will be that. Then there's the little annoyed emoji, and that is for a book you're annoyed you haven't read yet, and that is Embassy Town by China Mayville. And Mayville. I got this in a blind date with a book, and I was so excited to start reading it, and then I never picked it up, and it's sort of just been sitting on my shelf, so I'm really annoyed I haven't read it yet. I'm going to get through it this month because, yep, now's the time. I'm setting goals. Then there is the candy emoji, and that is to read a book that is like candy to you, and I've actually got 3 that are sitting in that category, and they're all Star Wars books because Star Wars books are like candy to me. There is the Rogue One novelization, which I really want to get to. There is Star Wars Aftermath Empire's End by Chuck Wendig, which is I think the last book in this, I think it's a trilogy. And I also have Lost Stars by Claudia Gray because I read her Bloodline book from the Star Wars universe, which was about Princess Leia, and everyone said this one was really good as well, and I really want to read it. That leaves me with 4 other books, which I haven't assigned emojis. I may possibly be able to assign emojis to them. I don't know, you'll find out when I do my wrap-ups and whatnot. But the next one I have is Shadowrun by Adrienne Strickland and Michael Miller. This one gives me serious Firefly vibes. I don't know why. I just want to read it. I have 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray because I'm really enjoying her writing, and that this would make 2 Claudia Gray books this month, which I'm not opposed to. I have Revenger by Alistair Reynolds, and I've heard mixed reviews about this, but again, I just want to read it for myself, see what it's like. This cover is... You know when you get a really good cover design and you just can't help yourself? So this could probably also go for that hard eyes emoji category as well. Does it count if I read 2 books for each category? And then I also have a graphic novel adaptation of A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Anglaise. I don't know, I can't pronounce that. And I know this is a classic and I've never read it, and I bought the graphic novel version of it thinking that it might be easy to read. And this might break up my general month of reading really big books. This is heavy. Okay. So I'm standing here and I've got my books in a pile sitting on a footstool, and that's my handrest, basically. It's that tall. But those are all the books that I'm planning on reading in June. So I'm doing 2 things. I'm setting myself a challenge of reading as many of my sci-fi books as I can, as well as completing as many of the Emojiathon challenges as I can, because why not? What have I got to lose? I'm not going to be too disappointed if I don't get through all of these books. Obviously, it is a massive stack and it is a lot of sci-fi, and I will probably have to break it up with some other things in between. And there's a very good chance that I'll end up with a couple of books, review copy books as well. So I'll have to be mindful of that. However, it's good to set goals, and it's good to clear 15 books off your TBR shelf. Fingers crossed. Let me know down in the comments, what are you planning on reading this month? Are you participating in the Emojiathon? Or what books are you planning on reading in that? I'll leave all the relevant links down below so you can check them out if you would like to. I hope that wherever you are in the world you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.